What it do, my peeps? Let me just check. I really did connect this. What it do? Welcome back to Lis Talks Vibes, or just welcome if this is your first time watching this podcast, listening to this podcast, however you're intaking it. But I really do appreciate you taking the time to watch or listen to this episode. Really appreciate it. I love you guys so much because you guys are taking the time to listen or watch my podcast, But this is more than just talk. It's a vibe, my peeps. It's a whole ass vibe. So yeah, thank you for watching, listening. You know what I'm saying? So, how are you guys? How are you guys feeling? If you guys are watching this, on YouTube. So you guys can comment down below how you guys are feeling. Comment down below a positive affirmation. I really did a good intro today. I said welcome back and all this. I'm just realizing it because I feel like last episode, I don't know. I feel like sometimes I forget, but this is, I always kind of started with the same thing. What do you do, my peeps? And saying welcome back and thank you, because I really do appreciate you guys. And I also want to start with you guys commenting down a positive affirmation below, helping me out. Well, helping each other out, I don't want to go on and on saying positive affirmations here because I don't want it to be just me saying some positive affirmations, So let's help each other out and comment down below positive affirmation to help someone out. Some people might not have some affirmations or don't know, just suggest some that they can use as well. Today's affirmation will be, I am positive. You know what I'm saying? I am positive. I am positive. I am created. I am creative. I am motivated. Let's not forget that I am beautiful. We are all beautiful. Okay. And yeah, I am a good vibe. I'm speaking the good vibes. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, my peeps, so and comment down below how you guys are feeling. I am feeling great. I am feeling good vibes. And I want to share those good vibes with you guys. So for today's episode, what the fuck are we talking about? We're talking about growth, baby. Well, yeah, we were talking a little bit about, are we talking about growth? We're talking about if you want growth, you need to change, baby. You need to change. If you are just stuck, why are you stuck? Why? Because you're just doing the same shit all over again. You need some change. You need something new, So if you want change, if you want growth, no. Well, yeah, growth. If you want growth, you guys, you need to change. You just have to change. If you're not changing, you ain't growing. You're just here, stuck in the same place. If you want growth, you want to evolve, yes. You need to change. If you don't change, there ain't no growth there. You know what I'm saying? You need to change if you want growth. Okay? So, I just wanted to talk about this because, I just wanted to share it. You know what I'm saying? Share how, I've grown a lot. I'd say especially this past year, tremendously. You know what I'm saying? And growth is always happening, but sometimes it's just I can't snap my fingers, so it just happens, or like, it's like a big growth, or sometimes it's a little, but growth is growth, my peeps. Okay, growth is growth, whether it's a small step, huge step, you're still growing. At least you're not stuck here. And I wanted just to share, because like, I've grown because of hella fucking reasons and just hella shit in general. But, I'm just going to give some tips and tricks or whatever. Because I hear it a lot too, or like just people commenting and saying like they don't see any growth, they're not growing, this and that. Because, I'd say you have to work on yourself internally first. Yeah, you want growth, like, you want, I don't know what you really want, but, I feel like people think growth is like just achieving stuff and buying a new car, getting your own house, getting this job, which, yeah, those things are growth, but are you really growing internally, and I feel like that's the main thing where like you really don't feel like you're growing. You feel like that's not enough because you're not really growing from the inside, So how are you internally? You need to work on yourself first. Check in on yourself. How are you treating yourself? That's like a big thing. Are you just always talking shit to yourself? Are you just traumatized? Like, if you are you healing? Are you working towards healing? Because most of us have trauma, whether it's a big trauma or just a small trauma. Trauma is trauma, and you want to heal from those traumas. That way you are growing and it's not just there preventing you from doing some things, or like getting into relationships, good relationships, healthy relationships, or just not thinking you're good enough or something. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what your trauma is, but you want to heal from those traumas. And you want to treat yourself right, and learning to really love yourself first. Because if you can't love yourself, you can't love nobody else. Okay? And you really want to learn how to love yourself. That's where it all starts, my peeps. Like, learning to love yourself. There's a little fucking fly here. Learning to love yourself it's awesome. But you really then just love yourself and really take care of yourself. That's when self-care comes, and you just realize like all these things of what really love is, because love is not getting love from another partner, being in a relationship, or like even your family. They say they love you, but family's fucking family. But, you, as long as you just love yourself and you have your own back, you have that self-support, you have that self-care, you choose you. You know what I'm saying? And because then that's like you then working towards your goals, working towards you trying to heal yourself, learning about you. Sit there with you, talk to yourself, see what's going on. How are you feeling? Feel those feelings and let them go. If they're like bad, like if you still have some anger in here, if you have some resentment, if you're sad about something, feel it. Why are you sad? Scream it out loud if you fucking need to. I don't know, but just really work towards healing yourself internally and checking up on yourself. That's like the main thing. That's where then you'll really see that growth, and working on yourself and making just loving yourself and making yourself happy, and then just you'll see that growth outside, like not internally, well, internally as well, but like you'll see yourself attracting these good, happy, loving things, you will attract all that good stuff, all that positive stuff. You don't want to be just negative, you want to be positive. That way you will attract the positive. You know what I'm saying? And right now too, if you are not growing, what are you really doing? Check your habits. Who are you hanging out with? Are you hanging out with negative people that are just gossiping, people that are like sucking on your energy, just pulling your positive energy, just using you? Oh shit, my camera's about to die. What the fuck? Well, we'll see if it fucking turns off. Hopefully it fucking doesn't analyze this. Anywho, and yeah, like what are you doing? Are you just going out every weekend instead of staying in, working on yourself, working on your goals, seeing what it is you need to do to grow? Like, sit down with yourself and, talk to yourself and be like, why aren't you growing? What's preventing you from growing? What is holding you back? It could even just be yourself holding you back. I just made a video of, I think it was like 2 episodes ago or 3 episodes ago, I think, of how I was talking about like how I overcame shyness and all that stuff. And that was one thing that was really preventing me from growing, because I was just in my little shy shell. Is that happening to you? Are you a shy person? And if you are, hunty, you got to work on that. And that's, go check out the video because I really go in depth. But again, it's all about loving yourself and not being afraid of expressing who you really are. Not pretending to be somebody and not giving a fuck about other people's judgments, criticism, and all that shit. It's always going to be there. You're not going to please everybody. So just, who gives a fuck? As long as you know who you are and you love you, that's all that matters, But yeah, if you're just like in your little shy shell, like, I get it, like, it's comfortable. And maybe that's your thing too. You're probably just comfortable where you are. But are you really, like, yeah, you might be comfortable, but that's not helping you grow. Because you're just there. You're just comfortable in that space, comfortable with yourself there. Like, hunty, you need to get comfortable with the uncomfortable. Does that make sense? Because you just have to keep in mind that if you want growth, that's going to help you grow as a person. That's really going to benefit you. Like at first with me, talking to myself, just really connecting with myself and learning about myself. Like at first it can be kind of hard looking at yourself in the mirror, and you might think, well, it's not weird at all, you guys. It's not weird to talk to yourself, and it's not weird to talk to yourself in front of a mirror. And a lot of people say all this shit like, oh, that's hella weird. Like, what the fuck are you doing? You're a weirdo for doing all this shit. But don't pay attention to that. Do not pay attention to that. It might be uncomfortable for you for other reasons, like in that video, my little shy video, I also talked about like body shaming, and just like being comfortable in my own body and stuff like that. So it could be uncomfortable for you in that way, just like looking at yourself and really accepting who you are. That's how it can be uncomfortable, but you just have to be comfortable with it, accepting that that's who you are right now. And if there's something that you want to change or improve about it, do it, do it. That's the first step. Accepting it and then taking action on it. That's how you'll grow. That's growth, because you're working towards you. You're working towards improving yourself, not just staying there and comfortable and just still probably even judging yourself, hating something about you, but you don't want to hate yourself. You want to love for yourself. So accept yourself how you are now. If there's something you don't like about yourself, work on it. It's easy. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. That's what I mean by, like just getting comfortable with that stuff. Like it's fine, like who gives a fuck with what anybody says, thinks. Do what works for you. Do what makes you happy. Do whatever it is you have to do to work on yourself and not paying attention to what anybody says, my peeps. Loving yourself, I cannot stress self-love enough. Like self-love, you guys, that's true love. That's real love. And you will see that probably these other people really didn't love you. These relationships you had weren't real love. Because, dude, self-love is fucking true love. That's the love that you need. Because then you will love, if you do get into a relationship, people getting heartbroken and all this BS. You will love yourself enough to not let anybody or even you bring yourself down. You will love yourself enough to pick yourself up and keep going. You want to challenge yourself, you guys. Challenge yourself with trying new things, if there's something that you might have to do. I mean, you never want to make something that's really going to make you uncomfortable, that you really don't feel like doing. But if you feel like it's going to make you feel good and help you, then do it. You might just not be doing it because you're thinking about it. You're thinking about what other people are going to say. You're scared, but don't be scared. Just do it and go for it. Challenge yourself. When you start thinking or regretting something, think about it. Process it, how you feel about it or whatever, and learn from that whole experience. Learn from your past mistakes as well. Because, I feel like there's then similar situations come up again. And it's like, it reminds you of something that you did before, how you might have handled it before, and now you're handling it better, in a better way. And that's also great, like then seeing that growth in you, like just you learning from yourself internally, from your past mistakes. If there was like, sometimes you do just need to reflect, I think, and see what you did before and just learn from it. Because I mean, sometimes I'm like, oh, like I did this thing. It comes up, like it just comes up, but don't be mad about it and be like, oh, like I regret doing this, or like this and that. No, be like, I did it. That was me before. That was a past Liz. You know what I'm saying? Like that was drunk Liz. But no, like then be like, no, like that's not me now. Now I'm handling this better. I'm handling myself better. I'm taking care of myself. It's just all a learning process, my peeps. Are you working towards something? That's you growing towards something too. Like if you have goals, you're achieving them. You're working on achieving them. And again, it's all about the process of you trying to achieve those goals. And if you don't, start off with daily goals. It's the littlest things, you guys, that are growth. Like I said, it's not like buying a house, getting a car. It's the littlest things that are growth. Starting to wake up every day earlier and earlier. Starting, I mean, if you want to exercise, I don't exercise every day or all the time, just a little bit. But I've been really doing yoga. And it's like, just starting off doing some sort of activity. Okay, I think I let it charge enough just so I could just like finish it. I was getting towards the end, but I also wrote down something that I wanted to talk about because it just like comes to me, you know? So, oh shit, my phone is dying too though. I just don't be charging my shit. I just be forgetting to charge my shit. But where was I? Fuck, I thought I wrote it down. Oh, goals. Um, yeah, so if you don't have any goals, you know, like big goals or something, you know, start off with just small goals. And that's kind of the best way. Um, you know, I feel like that's really how you get it done. Like, what can I give you guys an example? A small example, quick example. Like when I go washing, I don't just write down wash my clothes. I put down get all my dirty clothes, everything that I need to wash, go wash, put back my clothes, you know, fold them, hang them, whatever. That's already like 3 goals, you know, that's supposed to be just, well, no, yeah. That's like, you know, if you just make it like 1 washing, you can make 3, you know, and that'll just make you feel even good, you know, and let you know that you're actually getting stuff done, you know. And like I said, I like to put boxes and then just checking them. So, you know, after checking everything, I'm like, dude, hell yeah, you know, like I'm getting my shit done. And that's just growth, you guys. Really taking accountability. You know, goals also really do help with accountability because it's like, I suggest you write them down, and are you getting them done or not? And if you're not, hunty, why aren't you? What are you doing instead? What are you spending your time on? You know, and if you are, congratulations to you. You know, you're getting it done, and congratulate yourself. Yeah, working towards your goal and all that stuff. You know, you might be on the grind and stuff like that, but are you guys resting too? You know, you need rest to grow. You can't just be grinding and grinding, you know, hustling and all this stuff. Like, yeah, it's good, but the hustling needs some rest sometime too, you know? So you could get some more energy. You know, it's just like a little reset. And probably to like develop even better ideas, you know, to get more energy to really go for it instead of then just like burning out, you know. You need to rest. And when I was talking about like healing and stuff too, are you letting go? You know, that's a really, really big thing too, because you have to let go of the old in order to make room for the new. You need to let go of old shit, old stuff that's not anything that's not serving you no more. You need to let go of people that are just not good for you, you know, and grow from that. You need to grow from all that stuff and just move on. Let go of that past relationship. Let go of any ex. You know, just let it all go and really move on from it. Work on yourself. That's a sign. If you might think you're lonely, that you're alone, you're never really alone. But work on yourself. That's a sign to work on yourself and love yourself. Take care of yourself. What is it? You know, to just focus on you. Focus on who you really are. What I wanted to talk about is focusing on who you really are and what is your true purpose. Are you really being who you want to be? Or were you being somebody you didn't really want to be around certain people so they could just be your friends? So they could just be with you? Or were they having some type of influence on you as well, and it was just, you know, you doing shit, you know, that really wasn't you? Having some appearance that wasn't really you. You know, and it's just all baby steps. Like, you know, I love makeup. I love a nice glam. And I was all about go full glam or no glam, and it was like full glam because it was like what was in, and it's like, oh, if I was gonna go out, I had to have my makeup on, hair, and all. But it just really wasn't me, like it was just kind of like, just trying to look good for, not really, but like for others, but just to like, I thought that would make me look good and that would make me feel good, but it's not about the appearances, it's about what's inside. Now it's like, I think the less makeup the better, for me personally. I mean, I think in general for anybody, because it's like, we love a nice glam sometimes, but it's, special occasions. I haven't even worn glam like that, to be honest, because it's, like, it's not about like, oh, these products and stuff like that. Like, I just feel like less is more, like just the more natural glam, still me, not having this full mask on. You guys get me? A huge one was my nails. I think I started off the podcast with long nails. I'm not sure, to be honest, but I used to have some fucking long ass claws. And after, like, I was just realizing, like, that ain't really me. It's because long nails were in, and I was just trying to have the longest ones with the most charms, with the most glitter. And it's like, no, like, it just ain't me. I'm not trying, like, that's just not me. Like, I'm done with this, I love my natural nails. That was another thing too. Like, I've always said, like, I hate my normal nail, like my real nails, because I would say it looks like I have man hands. But, I had to accept my real nails, and it was like a challenge for me, and I challenged myself. I was like, okay, let me go a month with it too, so I could just, give them a break and stuff like that. But I fell in love with them, like, also just painting them myself. It was like, it's some type of like, healing technique or something for me, like bringing out my inner child, like still making sure that my inner child is there and bringing her out, So yeah, I mean, it's who you're surrounding yourself with that has a huge part in that as well. And what are you doing, you guys? Like, what the fuck are you guys doing? Are you guys just going out, drinking, smoking all the time? Like, what the fuck are you doing? Get the fuck out of that comfortable little bubble of yours and just get out there. Just do it. Who cares? Like I said, people are going to criticize you and going to judge. Who gives a fuck, as long as you know who the fuck you are and you're happy? Don't let these judgments get to you. Remember that that's always on them because they are in some negative space. If they're talking negativity and just judging, that's because they're full of negativity. They're judging themselves. They're not loving themselves. So just don't pay attention to that. Like, do not pay attention to that. So I wish you guys a lot of growth, my peeps. Keep working on yourselves. Keep loving yourself. Choose you. You know what I'm saying? We gotta level up, my peeps. Don't be afraid of any mistakes or anything like that. It's all part of the process. It's literally the biggest part of growth. Like, I used to think, like, fuck, if I just, not regretting, but thinking, like, if I didn't do this, or like that or whatever. But it's everything. All your past has really made you who you are. Like, I'm thankful of everybody that didn't love me, of everybody that wasn't there for me, of everything that happened to me, because those that didn't love me taught me self-love. That experience taught me self-love, that I needed to love myself. Nobody taking care of me taught me self-care. It taught me that I'm the only one that I got, and that I need to take care of me, because nobody else is going to really understand how I feel. Nobody else is going to be there for me like I am. Nobody knows how much I want my goals and dreams, how bad I want to achieve them, but me. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, my peeps, Wishing you guys a lot of growth. Don't forget to talk good vibes to yourselves and talk good vibes to others. Spread these good vibes. Share it to a friend. Share it to some fam. To whoever the fuck it is you want to share it to. Peace, my peeps.